The issue of whether or not transgender athletes can participate in the sports that align with their gender identity made headlines here in Maine for much of last year. Today's ruling does not have any direct impact on Maine, but there are proposals to change that.
That was a really disappointing outcome.
This is good news for girls across America.
On Tuesday morning, the United States Supreme Court announcing its decision on two cases involving transgender women. In a 6-3 ruling, the court deciding to uphold transgender bans in West Virginia and Idaho.
The Supreme Court is sending the message to them that they don't belong in schools, in our public schools. That's the message that trans kids are receiving all across the country.
LGBTQ+ advocates like Chris Urchel from GLAAD Law say this is bad news, but not surprising, noting that while the bans were upheld in the 27 states that have laws that do not allow transgender athletes to participate in the sports that align with their gender identity, this does not impact Maine.
And the state of Maine has been stalwart in ensuring that young people have that protection. And the lawless actions of the Trump administration cannot change that.
Maine Attorney General Aaron Frey releasing a statement saying the ruling is predictable but disturbing, adding that this does not impact the lawsuit between Maine and the Justice Department, and he'll continue to defend Maine law.
There's a lot of excitement that I'm hearing from folks, and of course disappointment that this doesn't affect Maine immediately.
This issue was constantly in the news last year after State Representative Laura Libby posted a photo of a transgender high school athlete on social media and was a vocal supporter of legislation to not allow trans athletes to participate in girls' and women's sports. All of that proposed legislation failed to pass in the Maine legislature.
Maine does need to pass legislation that upholds women and girls' rights and makes it clear that girls should have a fair, safe, and level playing field.
While the proposals failed to pass in the legislature last year, there was a ballot initiative push that would change the law. The proponents of that ballot measure celebrating the decision today. But that measure is going through the court process, as the Secretary of State's office has deemed the citizen petitioners have not collected enough signatures. They are due in Maine Supreme Court tomorrow. In the studio, I'm Jackie Mundry for Maine's Total Coverage.